After about 100 hours, I platinumed Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. I got all the trophies and did everything possibly can be done in this game. So let me discuss whether this PS5 version of one of their biggest IPs is worth the $50 cost. As always, remember to like, sub, and share. It helps a great deal. Now, first off, I want to discuss that I am a huge fan of the Horizon IP. I platinumed the PS4 version, I platinumed both the PS4 and PS5 versions of Forbidden West, and now I platinumed Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. In my humble opinion, I think this franchise is incredible, but the way that Sony has been gone about pushing this franchise has been extremely bewildering. The LEGO recent release of their game perplexed me. Their constant need to try and shove Aloy down everyone's throat instead of allowing the character to grow and prosper on their own merits, including the franchise, has always confused me. But when it comes to Horizon Zero Dawn, it was one of my favorite games to come out on the PlayStation 4. I played the game multiple times well after I 100%ed the game, and I anticipated Forbidden West for a very long time. So in regard to Horizon Zero Dawn as a game itself, I think it's a 9 out of 10 game. I think it's an absolutely fantastic game that anyone who has an interest in sci-fi and third-person action should explore. But when it comes to Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, I cannot recommend this game at its standalone price of $50. And the enhancements provided by this remastered version of the game are so minimal, I doubt anyone without specialized knowledge or has a keen eye for graphics will even notice the difference between the two. Because the gameplay footage that I've shown so far has been from the PS4 version of Horizon Zero Dawn, the based version, the game that I got on day one when this game first went public. I got out my PS4 and played the game just to record footage to show that I doubt anyone will notice the difference between the two, and that is actually a great W for Guerrilla Games. They made a game that looks so fantastic that I doubt anyone will notice the difference between this last gen version and the current gen version of Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, there are some graphical improvements. For example, the character models are more expressive, they move around a bit, but I would argue that the PS4 version has more charm to it. They put more emphasis on the face than the body movement, but that's a matter of preference. Another thing that I did notice was that the load times have been improved from the PS4 version, but not a lot. Like compared to games that have released on the PS5 and released on the PS4, like Spider-Man Miles Morales, those games were exceptionally fast when it came to the load times in comparison to Horizon Zero Dawn. It could just be the infrastructure of the game, that's why they couldn't improve it as much as they could. There are also a lot of graphical issues with the game, with the lighting in particular. I saw a lot of moments where the graphics would just spaz out. In addition to textures, there was a moment when I was streaming, if I find the footage I'll put it up, where the door to the next area was opened and closed immediately because I wasn't supposed to access that area. So there are a lot of problems with this package, which is extremely underwhelming, because you would expect that if they're going to sell a remastered version of a game that came out all the way in 2017, that it would have next to no issues, but there were problems with this complete package, and I'm just utterly shocked by this. And the last thing I have to talk about this project is the price. Not only did Sony delist the original game on PC, but this is a $10 upgrade for PlayStation owners. Look, you can actually buy a used copy of Horizon Zero Dawn, not even the complete edition, the original version of the game, for less than $10 at GameStop, eBay, etc., and an upgrade to the PS5 version for $10. So this entire package is overpriced and unnecessary, considering that it adds less than nothing towards the overall package of this game. Like, there's no new content, and the visual updates are so minute that no one's really going to notice the difference. I'm just utterly confused about the way Sony has been treating the Horizon IP. They've been trying to shove it down everyone's throats as the flagship franchise for PlayStation, and it hasn't been taking the bite. A lot of fans have been really sick of Sony doing this, and Horizon fans like myself are really bewildered of what they've been doing as a fan of this franchise. The LEGO Horizon game was overpriced and unnecessary, and now they do this? It's just really confusing. Why not take the money that was put into this project and put it onto the next Horizon game? Heck, you could have literally remastered any of your other IPs that people have been asking for. Resistance, Killzone, a very beloved franchise from Guerrilla Games. So this entire thing is just so bewildering. I know I've been talking a lot of crap about this project. I love Horizon, I do. But this right here is not how you handle an IP, especially one among fans. You should have done this as a free update. This would have been an incredible gift and a great celebration for this series, and it probably would have welcomed more people into the series for those who are wondering whether they should try it or not. But to do this is just, it's extremely negative towards the fan base and towards new customers who might be interested in this. This should have been a free update at its core, and the fact that you have to pay $50 for just, increased particle effects, enhanced character models, is incredibly disrespectful to the Horizon franchise. My opinion, go get a used copy of Horizon Zero Dawn, upgrade to the PS5 version if you have a PS5, and you will spend far less money. Heck, just play the original PS4 version. I think you would have a better experience than what I did with the PS5 version. As I stated, it still has graphical issues, and there were certain problems that actually prevented me from progressing into the game because they were missing texture models and they were flashing in and out. If I can find gameplay of it, I will show it, but trust me, there are certain texture issues within this version of the game that did not exist in the original version of the game. So that's my opinion on this. Do not buy this. If you can, just go get a cheaper version of the game. And Sony, please do better. This is incredibly disrespectful to your fan base, and it's disrespectful to the Horizon fan base. This should have been a celebration, but it's just an insult. That's it from me. Like, sub, and share if you want to. Goodbye.